We had to brush through the hair.
All right. Hello, everyone. So what we're going to do today is we are going to do the roller set. Okay. So first we're going to have to start off with doing the parting. It's going to be a section parting. Okay. So you want to make sure, you'll notice that I got it pretty nice and wet. So I wanted to have it nice and wet. And then we're going to comb everything straight back. Okay. The most important part to go straight back is going to be the top. You can do the sides, but that's not as much necessary. Okay. Once that you have her sprayed down and she's relatively wet and we got her all combed back, everything's going to go straight back. Okay. So once you do that, we need to create sections that are going to be the width of the roller. Okay. So you want to take the center of the roller and put it kind of right on her nose. Okay. So we're going to start about this wide here, this wide here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring that roller straight to the top. If you feel very confident in your parting, you can take it, whether you're going to use the rat tail comb or whether you're going to use the tip of the comb, and you're going to just take it and you're going to comb straight back all the way to the back. In which case you will have, if you are comfortable to do this, you'll see that the parting is all the way down. Okay. Some of us cannot quite do it like that. So I'm going to show you a shorter way to go about this. So again, we're still going to go ahead and take the same sectioning, but I'm only going to go to the top of her head. Now, this is the trick of the trade. This will make finding these areas really simple. With this, I got all the hair pulled back. Find the center of the nose. I'm going to come back. I'm going to take the rat tail part, the point of it, stick it on this part of the roller, and just push down. Then I'm going to come to this side, put the comb on there, push down, and you can almost see immediately that I already have the roller size on top. Okay, but as I see, it looks like I'm a little off on her face shape here. So let's try this again. Come back. Put the comb there. Boom. Put the comb there. Boom. And now we should be relatively close. Okay. Since we're only going to work on the top part of this right now, where the round of the head, I'm wearing a black shirt so you can't see, where it starts to turn, that's where we're going to go ahead and part it. So you can see this, you want to have her facing the other direction, but with the rat tail comb, you're going to go ahead and go from this line to this line. You're going to put it on the scalp and you're going to go all the way across. However, do not pull straight up. If I was to pull straight up on this, see how all this hair follows? Then we kind of grab it and we mess it all up. However, if you bring the comb straight down, and we come down to somewhere about that length, I'm just going to sweep the top of the comb only. And I'm going to take it and pinch on the ends. Now I should have a relatively straight line right there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to take a clippy and put it right there. Okay, now again, you should have her facing away from you, but for the video, I'm just going to show you what we're looking to do. I'm going to follow this line and this line, and I'm going to go down the back of the head. Okay, if you can push your fingers without looking together, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to come down, and right here is where we're going to be. So I'm going to stick my thumb and touch the back of that roller right there, right here. And I can't see my thumb, but I know where it's at. So I'm going to take my comb like this. I'm going to go straight down to my thumb. If it's tangled, go ahead and take a second to untangle it. Again, going all the way down to my thumb. Now I'm just going to pinch on the very tip of the comb, okay? And then when I pull it apart, that should be my line. So again, let's try that again. Going straight down. I'm going to pinch everything that's on the tip. And there's my line. So now I'm going to take this whole side and I'm going to move it over here. And I'm going to go ahead and clip it. And then I'm going to do that very same thing on the other side. Take my roller, go all the way down where the roller sits right there. I'm going to stick my finger underneath so I know where I'm going. And now I'm just going to go straight to my finger. And if I do it right, I'll pinch the hair. And I'm going to pull all this forward. And if I do it right, I should have my mohawk section completely done. So I got the top section here and the back section here. Now I'm just going to take a look at it, make sure it's straight. Yeah, that came out pretty good. There you go. All right. Now, again, you're going to be working on this side, but for the video, I'm going to show you guys. So I'm going to drop this down now, and I'm going to take the roller. I'm going to put it on the hairline and go back. So this is going to be my starting point. Okay, the end of that roller. Generally, I tell you guys to do the same thing, put this on the hairline, because you're going to notice that the hairline angles back. So you're not going to go straight down, because if you do, you're going to miss. Okay, you miss your angle. So if you put this right there, generally, rule of thumb, that is going to happen right behind the ear. So you can go as far as up to here. Okay, so again, find my mark, put my finger at the back of the ear, which is somewhere in there, go to my finger, and I'm going to put this in the front. And if I did things right, oops, I didn't pin this back.
Now remember that what we taught you here is just for design, just for you to learn.
So I should have pinned
Would somebody wear this?
the back.
Yeah, somebody would wear it. I have a little lady named Irene. And Blue Irene is 89.
So now I have 1,
Every other Saturday,
2,
she get her hair styled and
3 sections. This is the back.
this is
Okay.
kind of like the
So now we're going to do the front. The right side. Okay.
And that's his Kennedy, Kennedy's wife.
So take this out. I'm going to comb this all out again.
This is what one.
I'm going to go ahead and put this on the hairline yet again and go back. So it's going to go to somewhere right about there. And again, you're going to go right behind the ear, somewhere right in here. So I'm going to put my finger there, and then I'm going to go straight to my finger. And that's a little too far. If you guys want to use your rat tail and just carve straight down, just make sure if you use your rat tail, you don't take it off the scalp. Because once you take it off the scalp, you lose your lines, okay? So right behind the ear. And that looks like a pretty good grab. Now, if you did this all correct, you should be able to stick a roller here, a roller here, a roller here, a roller here, and a roller here, and then of course the top, okay? So that is where we are. So let me get these all pinned away because we're going to start on the top. Now I'm gonna do it from the side version view. So now I'm gonna get all this to come back. Okay. Now, this is where the angles come into play. You're going to have three different angles. You're going to have a 130, which is called a over direct. Over direction gives you the fullest volume. Then we're going to do a 90, which is a medium volume. And then we're going to do a 45, which is the least volume. Okay. So to start off, we're going to use the hairline as our guide. Put the roller there and go straight back. You can also put your roller this way, but we are going to carve our next line right behind this roller. Okay, closest to you if you're behind her, which is where you should be. Okay, so again, I'm going to use my rat tail. I'm going to go ahead and go across, get it to the other side. I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to sweep that top hair, and that should give me a nice line. Now again, when you are creating your angles, if I was to take the back of my comb and I put it on the base, okay, where the back of the comb is touching the base, wherever these teeth are at, that's a 90. So for this example, the 90 would be right about here. Well, this first one has to be at 130. Okay, so from the 90, we're going to go a little bit further, almost straight out of the head, like a beak on a cap or something. Okay. Oops. This you're going to need a lot of water. So make sure you have your water bottle next to you, which I did not. So now I'm going to go ahead and spray it. I'm going to bring that out. The roller goes on top of the hair or the closest to you. And you're going to wrap that hair. And then you're going to roll it in. This is an on-base curl, like I said. In which case, I will show you what that means here in a minute. When you're pinning your hair, you want to pin the hair on the scalp right at the base, okay? You do not want it up here because that'll put a crimp in the hair, okay? So on the base, at the bottom. Now we're going to continue this for the next 3 or 4 with 130. So I'm going to take my roller again, going to measure. Kind of the easiest way that's a student's. So now I'm going to take this, and if you just touch the hair right to the top of the roller in front of you, that would be about the 130. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that again. And again, to say on base means that my line is from here to here. So as long as that roller sits right on that base, that's an on base roller. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do the third one. For as many years as I've done this, I know that's about the right amount of hair. And again, I'm going to have this hair, which you cannot see anymore. I'm going to have this part of the hair touching this roller. That'll be about my 130. Again, I'm going to wet it down. And again, you're going to pin on the base, on the bottom. Just like that. Okay, so where did my pin go? I lost my pin. And by the looks of it, I can go ahead and do one more. And again, this is going to be a 130. Again, you'd use your roller to measure out, bring the hair down, sweep the top of the comb. When you're combing the hair, you want to comb it forward. So you want to have a comb on your side combing out. You don't want to try coming in here on the farthest side and doing that. Just from this side, straight up. Okay? Again, you'll notice that my roller is touching, the hair is touching the roller. And I'm going to go ahead and roll this up. And this will be my last on base. On base. Now we're going to go ahead and do our half on, half off base. This is also going to be considered as a medium volume. So again, same thing. We're going to take our roller, measure our distance. Now with this one, because it is a 90, again, we're going to take the back of our comb. We're going to stick it on at the base. Where those teeth come straight out of the head, that's what I'm looking for. Okay? So I'm at a 90. Go ahead and wrap the hair again. And I'll show you what the half on, half off means. Again, pin on the scalp and on the base. Now, if you can see my line is right here. So you'll notice that half the roller is on the base and half the roller is off the base. That's a 90-degree angle. The next three are going to be 90-degree angles. So we're going to comb this straight out of the head. I'm going to check. Looks like they're all coming this direction. Take my roller and wrap it up. And that's my half on, half off. And this is the last one of the 90. Straight out of the head. Straight out. And you're done with that. Those are your on base curls. Now, we are going to do the 45-degree. And what that's going to be is if I pull this out and I stick my comb on the base and it's coming straight out right about here, that would be my on base. But these last ones are off base, which means they're at a 45. I like the way Ms. Jaramillo says it. It's the lazy one. So this one, instead of being straight out of the head like this, it's going to be at a lower angle of a 45. Okay, so here's the 90. Here's the 45. So now this one is going to be totally off. So this line starts way up here to here, and this sits just below it. This is least volume. That's where you don't want a lot. Generally around the hairline, you don't want a lot of volume coming off, at least, unless you have a style for it. But this one here kind of, and then, and that is the mohawk section of the mannequin. Okay, so now we're going to continue this, and when you guys are getting ready to do the sides, if for whatever reason you really messed this up, if I do this section first and I have them way over here or way back here, then when I go to stick these in, they're not going to fit. Okay, so much like on parking lot, you want to start on this one first and then do this one last, because then this will give you adjustment where you can move your roller, but back here you cannot. It just has to fit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get her wet again. Okay, now here it gets a little bit tricky. Because the line is angled, but yet we're supposed to go straight down. If I put this in straight, there's going to be a big old hole right here. So that first one is going to be a little bit angled, and then as you come down, we're going to straighten it out towards straight down here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this there at my angle. I am going to carve that up, bring it down and over.
Harris, can you hear me?
Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit angled.
All right.
Now I'm going to bring that in. Okay, so, oh, I'm sorry, this is the 130. All the first ones are going to be 130. Now I'm going to go into a 90. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and carve this out. This one's going to be pulled straight out as a 90. And then by the time you get to this one, you should be straightening it out. This too will also be a 90. And then the last two should be a 45, which again, this is the lazy one. So it's not even it's up here, it's just lazy and down here. Okay. Do you guys need help up there? If there, you can have this one. Yeah, it could very well be me. So shh. There you go. Miss Jaramillo, you got it? You need help? It's freezing or you just can't hear? Oh. Okay, and then this last one, again, is an off base, so it's a lazy one. It's a 45. Now, I'm going to share a trick of the trade here, is if you can't pin on the actual scalp, you can pin those two pins together, okay? So now we have done the back panel of it. Now we're going to do the side panel here, okay? This one again is going to have a 130 on the top, and then the rest are going to be 90, okay? So again, you're going to take your roller, you're going to put it there, you're going to measure it out. Now, when you're doing this 130, almost touch the top ones with the comb out. So you're going to bring this up. Again, you want to be on the bottom part of the hair or the part that's closest to you, because you don't want to grab here and then try to carve it up. Okay, you just want to start and just go straight up. This is a 180. And you're going to bring it straight down. That's going to be on base. Okay. And then you're going to do a 90 underneath it. Again, carving from the
You guys, I
bottom.
have a couple of you guys, the camera's off, and also, I have some of you guys that are working on your head, but I can't see the mannequin.
And pin on the base
Max?
and on the scalp.
Really cool stuff to them.
And then this third one looks like it can be taken up by one, for the most part, one.
Max, what? Yes.
So we're gonna go ahead and bring that out 90.
Okay, you let those girls see. Max, excellent. Tomorrow, we're gonna put them up as a, tomorrow we're gonna put them up as updates, okay? So right now,
And I ran out of pins. I'm gonna use this pin to clip these two. And that's what it's gonna look like. Okay, so recap. 130s, top four, 90s, 45s. Oops, let me do that again, sorry. The ones on top, 130s, 90 degrees, 45s. Okay? 130,
so the next class
90,
we'll do is actually-
45s,
that question was excellent.
130,
We had the curly
90,
cap,
and then you're done.
Matthews,
And then you would go back and do the exact same thing on this side. But so I don't bore you, we're gonna stop right there, okay? So then make sure you let it dry overnight.
So,
And then if you guys happen to make this up, once they dry, let us know. And then you will have to do a dry molding, which is where you're gonna take all this stuff down, comb it out, give it a style with the curl that you have. And then we will do an updo. Okay? So hopefully that helps you guys out. Get caught up, get them turned in, and we will see you next time. Bye.